Hey, I'm Marcus and I'm playing Crusader Kings 3. And this is the start of a brand new campaign that I'm doing, the second one actually. So if you want to go and revisit the first one, there's one on my channel. Look for the playlist of Being a Weather. And this campaign here will, of course, be different. And I've chosen a setting that will lead us, I hope, to the Holy Land at some point. And it's all about him, Bohemond de Hauteville. Now, in our real history, Bohemond here was the one to, in fact, be, well, maybe the de facto leader of the Crusaders in the First Crusade, so from 1096, 1098. And he led them through, what is now Turkey, or what is here the Sultanate of Rum, and down to Antiochia, and that's where they besieged Antioch and before they went down to Jerusalem. And famously, he kept Antiochia as his domain and styled himself Prince of Antioch. And initially I thought, that's cool, I want to be here, I want to do some Crusader stuff, Crusader states and so on. But then I thought, I'd rather like to do the sandbox still and see if we actually get to this point and if it turns out like this. So I'm starting in the year 1081. Now, why 1081? Because, well, first of all, he is an adult in 1081. So he's not a child anymore. If I was choosing the original 1066 start date, he would be about, I don't know, 12 or 13. And now he's a full-grown adult. That being said, fully grown means he is actually huge. He does not have the giant trait, but he's one of these characters that is actually pre-modeled in the game. And you can see here that, he's nearing 2 meters in height. More like 190, right? 190 meters. Don't know how much that is in feet. I think like 6'7". I don't know, 6 foot. No, not that much, right? Anyway, so he was very tall. That's the that's the gist of it. According to all kinds of sources that we have on him, he actually was already as a child. It's being said he was actually born a Marcus, like me. But then his father, the famous Robert Guiscard, whom we have here, heard of this legend of this big giant by the name of Bohemond, and he was like, that's my son. That's what I'm going to name him. And so he is quite massive. That's what we can already tell. That being said, I'm not convinced that is what he would have looked like, because we do have some accounts from the time that were actually describing him. And most famously, I think it's Anna Komnena, so the princess of the Byzantine Empire, who famously wrote a whole series of histories about her time. And she mentions Bohemond and mentions a few things about him. First of all, yes, he is very, very tall. So that's check, we got that. Then, that despite being very tall, he was not brutish. So that's why in the game, it makes sense that he does not have the giant trait, right? He does not have this kind of disproportionate head and so on. But rather that he was handsome and he had a very athletic body, but agile, right? So kind of still had some grace about him and the way he moved. And I think that's reflected by the way he looks here. But when it comes to his hair, he would have looked different. First of all, let me just put the cap away here. Now, we all know that Crusader Kings 3, does its fair share of like mixing around hair and beards and so on, but that would not have been a thing of the time, especially with the Normans. They very much had their very utilitarian way of dealing with their bodily hair. And so first of all, he would have had short hair. Not shoulder long, definitely not. All Normans had this kind of habit of not having long hair. It was probably easier to wear helmets that way. So yeah, like I said, more practical thinking. And there is actually one option in here that comes very close to what we know from... Just check, where is it? No, is it one of them here? Bondi's card. No. It's called Raider. So it might actually be down here. Yeah, there we go. That is the haircut that in the game I think only William the Conqueror has. But that would have been very much what Normans would have been depicted like, especially like on the Bayeux tapestry and so on. So, short hair, yes, but shaved on the back, which kind of looks weird to us. But apparently that was something that Normans did at the time, though I'm not sure if that also accounts for the Normans that we have down here in southern Italy or Sicily. And so let's maybe just look for something that is short. Very short would be fitting, but as I can already see that, look at it, his kind of big head here is creeping through it, so that doesn't look very nice. Let me just check, do we have something else? Short sides, oh, that does look kind of cool, does it? Yeah, let's pick that one. That being said, same goes for the beard. Normans famously did not wear beards. That was not their jam, not at all. So we'll very much get rid of it. There's one thing that actually bugs me here, and that is that he has this trait where you can definitely see the stubbles. And what I've read about him in this description of him by Anna Komnena, she writes that he had this pale complexion and that, yeah, you would not see a stubble on his face. That's how he shaved. And so apparently he was very smooth looking, and this does not look that smooth. But anyway, we will roll with this. I think it looks quite nice. And the other thing would be his hair color. And actually, Anna Komnena says that he was fair-haired. And if he had a beard, I think she wrote that it would be somewhere in between auburn and blonde. So maybe that's something we can do here as well. Going into this direction, possibly here. Somewhere around here anyway. So that it still looks like a normal human being. I guess that's... yeah. I guess that one looks alright. So that looks more like the real Bohemond, I think. He actually had blue eyes, and I think that's correct. Yes. Okay. So we can keep him that way. That is our Bohemond. Now, before I get to him again, maybe we just have a quick look at the political landscape of 1081. And I will answer the question later of like why I chose 1081 in particular. First of all, we are of course a Norman, and the Normans were very prominent here in southern Italy at the time. If we zoom out, we can see that we have the Duchy of Apulia led by Duke Robert Guiscard, or the Fox, as he is called in game. And then we also have the Duchy of Sicily down here, where there is Roger, who actually was called Il Bosso at the time, right? The boss. And yeah, he famously rules over Sicily here and is probably going to conquer more of it. And how did they get here? That's an interesting question, actually, because obviously they were not there from the beginning. As all Normans, they come from this region up here in what would then be France. Of course, in here it's part of England because Willie has already conquered England. Now, they all come from Normandy here. Don't know where Hauteville is in particular. I might remember that it's part of the Cotentin peninsula up here, or maybe somewhere over there. I don't remember exactly. But the Hautevilles were this family of low nobles, beginning with I think a Tancred. Was it Tancred? Let's just check, because that would have been the father. Yes, there we have him, Tancred de Hauteville. So this guy here was a low noble in Normandy, and as you can see here, he was quite productive and had lots and lots and lots of children. And that was kind of a problem, because of course when you only have so little land, you still want to make sure that your family does not your family members still have something to inherit once you are not there anymore. And all of these people here, all of these male Hautevilles, they are very, very adventurous. And so they looked for opportunities. So we are now, I think, in the 1020s, 1030s of the 11th century. And that's when Normans first appeared down here. But first of all, it's probably they went there as like travelers or pilgrims, because that would have been the path like to the Holy Land here. But they soon realized that there was more to gain. At this point in time, so in the 1020s, 1030s, there was still the remnants of the Byzantine Empire in here, around Capua, but also down here, what is here, Lecce, which would have been Tarento. And then we had all these independent small principalities led by some Langobard rulers, so people from some bygone age at that point in time, but they were still running strong down here, and there was not much overarching rule. A lot of these smaller domains were very much clinging to the papacy as their overlord to a degree, and the Pope kind of saw these lands here as their their outer court. And so when the Normans came, they first appeared as mercenaries. So the Langobard rulers here would employ them, obviously to go against the Byzantine Empire, and vice versa and so on. But the Hautevilles, who are one of the first down here, I think the very first would have been the Drangos. Like we have here Duke John of Capua, and then he would have his father. I think he would have been the first ruler down here. But then the Hautevilles realized that, hey, there's actually more to gain here. We can actually occupy this land and do our own thing. Now, there comes the point where the Pope is quite annoyed with that. Like, okay, we liked it when you went against the Byzantine Empire. We don't like it when you go against our own children, our own flock around here. So they had this big battle, the Battle of Civitate, and that was around here, I think, in 1051, where a papal army, together with contingents from the Langobard rulers, went against a smaller host consisting of the Normans, led, I think, already by Robert Guiscard. I think he was already the leader of that battle. And they were the smaller host, but they were way more experienced, and they had their knights, right? And that was the kind of Norman superpower that they had. That's how they won Hastings, and that's how they also won the Battle of Civitate. So, yeah, I've already spoiled that now. So they win. And the Pope begrudgingly now has to say, okay, I can't win over you, so we have to make do somehow. But the Normans, on the other hand, are also this, very devout people who know how to use Christianity as part of their representation to gain legitimacy, to gain popularity in these lands where they are a foreign occupier. That's definitely the case. And now they establish their power around here in Apulia. And the next thing that happens is they go in the direction of Sicily. First conquering Messina. Very famous battle again, the Battle of Cerami, which I think is somewhere around here. I don't no, that's not Cerami. And that's where the Normans go against a Muslim host consisting of several of the rulers from Sicily, but also from northern Africa, the Zirids. And they lose against the Normans again in somewhere in 1072 or 4, I'm not really sure. They conquer Palermo, so the main city of Sicily. And now at this point in time we can see that there are still some Muslim ruled provinces on Sicily, Syracuse and Castro Giovanni here. And but they definitely have the upper hand. So in this environment here, this is where our Bohemond grows up. He knows all about the tales of conquering from his father and uncle and uncles, because there were several. But right now I'm talking Roger here, who is his uncle, and then of course his father, who was Robert Guiscard. And there is one thing that's very specific about the relationship with Bohemond and his father, and that is his provenance. So Bohemond is the son of course, Robert, but also the son of Alberada. And that is the first wife of Robert Guiscard. And she, as we can see here, she only had 2 children, or at least in the game only had 2 children with Robert Guiscard. And then they were divorced. And I'm not really sure when the divorce happened, but I'm sure it was part of how the papacy tried to take away some of their power, and decided or could actually figure out that right now that's his current wife, that Alberada was somehow related to Robert Guiscard. I said that before in the other campaign, that at the time it was way stricter when it comes to consanguinity, which is the marriage between someone who's a close relative of you. So not what people sometimes believe about the medieval age, like that they would be marrying their cousins all the time. The opposite was true. So yeah, they found out, I think, that they were... Can we actually see this here? No, probably we can't. No. So they would have been cousins in the 3rd or 4th degree, I'm not really sure. So not that prominent, and of course nowadays that would not be a problem at all. But the Pope actually interfered here, and so Guiscard had to divorce his first wife, then took a second wife. But the reason it was actually not a real divorce then, because it was more of this marriage was void. It was not sanctioned in the first place by Catholic law, and therefore Bohemond and his sister Emma here would have been considered bastards. This is reflected in the game by Bohemond being disinherited. And that makes sense. Would also make sense to say that he is a bastard. Is effectively the same thing. So he would not have stood to inherit anything at that point. And then Guiscard married again, had all these other sons here, and now they would have been his primary heirs. And the way I see our Bohemond here, he is quite peeved. He does not like it. He's not someone who would say, yeah, okay, I respect that, I'll just be a nobody in this court then. No, he's not. And now in 1081, he's finally said, okay, enough is enough. I'm not going to waste away at this court. I'm going to be my own man. And I'm going to start a band of mercenaries and, amass soldiers. I think that's going to be our first goal. Which is, I guess, why we can already go in here and say that we have a camp purpose. And it should be swords for hire. Yeah, let's pick that one. It would raise the numbers of knights, can have more men-at-arms, and so on. So let's go with it. Yeah, and I think now he has this like nice shield and so on. Now, again, yeah, why did I choose 1081? I could have gone with 1080, but 1081 is when the Byzantine Empire is taken over by Alexios Komnenos, that famous ruler whose daughter would be Anna Komnena. Let's see if they actually have a daughter in this game. Yeah, but I thought it would be quite fitting to start here then. Yeah, maybe let's go back to Bohemond quickly and take a look at his stats in the game. He has nice traits, or maybe not so nice. He is cynical, he's ambitious, he is deceitful. And yeah, that's not a very nice combination. I said this before in the other campaign that I would say everyone who's not strictly a non-believer in this game believes in God and everything surrounding it. So and that I think would still be the case for him. But he is someone who is cynical about the church, and so he definitely knows how to manipulate, being a deceitful person. And knowing that he should appear to be a proper Christian, he would go in a certain direction. And I think what I would like to do is, the game gives him this kind of weird name for his band that would be Spring Marauders. That's I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. Like spring as in I don't know, the season. Anyway, okay, no, they are not the Spring Marauders, but I want to call this band of mercenaries the... do I have to put the in front, by the way? Yes, we take it away. The Swords of Saint Michael. Saint Michael being very famous amongst the Normans, is kind of a saint who is all about battle and actually, being vengeful and stuff. And or the adjective would be Swords of Saint Michael's, I guess. Maybe let's quickly adjust the design for his charge then, because that's the de Hauteville banner, but we're gonna add to this. And let's add to this a sword. I'll click it again and then pick the sword. There we go. And let's have a golden sword. And let me see if we can get a bit fancy. I like this. This is going somewhere. Maybe like this. There you go. Have a big sword in like cutting through here. So that kind of is befitting, I think. So we are the Swords of Saint Michael. And that also means that we're trying to, I guess, impress the church to a degree, or the Pope. Would be nice to have them in our pockets. So if there's ever going to be a contract or something like that from the Pope himself, then we're definitely going to go for it. Now, like I said, so cynical, deceitful, ambitious. He definitely wants something. And he wants to be someone would want to be. Very poetic. He's also robust. That's really, really cool. Like, he's 26. He's in good health, actually. And what we know from the real Bohemond is that he only married, I think, when he was over 50. I think he was 52 or 53. And he actually married, and she is, I think, already in the game, the daughter of King Philippe of France. There we go. His daughter, Constance. There you go. He's 3 years old here. He married Constance, the princess of France. I think they even had a son, but I think it was short-lived. Like, he would not have a big legacy. Was rather taken by his nephew, I think. Was also called Tancred. But that being said, Bohemond here wants to achieve something. He definitely wants to be a ruler at some point. He does not want to live his life as a mercenary, but rather it's a means to an end. And of course, there's all kinds of opportunities down here. There's probably going to be more war in this direction. I don't know, maybe some kind of inner struggle in here. I did already look for some contracts, so we have some transport contracts, and they're always nice for the start when you're landless. So that's a direction to go into as well. Maybe right now let's pick also a lifestyle. Of course, martial makes sense. I guess for him, intrigue would also make sense. Let me just check, what do we actually want from here? He is actually in the gallantry path. So being a stalwart leader, chivalric dominance, never back down. And that kind of fits with the real world Bohemond. He kind of liked to style himself as this warrior and Christian knight. So that's, kind of a direction that's great to take here. Of course, again, for him, like a means to an end. It's not like he would be terribly believing in gallantry and that being a great knight and a great Christian warrior is the way to go. But then again, he's cynical, he's deceitful. That's just how he would like to gain some kudos with everyone around here. I think they chose to give him the deceitful trait because in real life, Bohemond famously promised Alexios to give him Antioch after conquering it, or at least become his vassal. But he said no, like when he got it, and by that time, there was a lot of struggle internally here. So he was like, no, I'm going to try it on my own. So, no, I don't give a crap about my vows and oaths. So now I'm going to take it. Which I think the game afterwards introduced the disloyal trait. So I think that probably would have been better here. Well, we'll take it as it is. He is deceitful, ambitious, and cynical. And that's how we're going to play him. Right. Anything else? Now, of course, we are being landless. That means we have a camp, which, of course, by now is very, very small, with a little tent, a pavilion. We can have a second, and we receive some boost to our health, which is quite good. Yeah, of course, we have 100 gold here. I don't think we should invest that right now into something. Of course, we could already go for, I don't know, a supply turn or whatever, but no, I don't think that would be the best thing to do right now. As a landless ruler, it's always good to have some coin on the side. You never know what's going to happen. And I guess we could create a man-at-arms. You're right. No. Oh! Oh, right. Oh, no! The game rules. I have set up my game rules to have -2. So, that does not make any sense, right? We are not able to have any man-at-arms right now. So, I guess I should change the game rules. That would make more sense. I am a captain, yes, but I'm also an adventurer. Norman +1, sword for hire +1, but the game rule says -2. Alright. Well, I'll probably change that in the game rules. Let's see how far we get today, so maybe I'll do it after we finish here. Although my cat is down here and being a little needy. I guess you hear that. Like last time you could definitely hear that in the mic. But anyways, that's just how this amateurish thing here is gonna go. So yeah, I'm gonna change this. We will need some men-at-arms because that's our true purpose, I think. He wants to build an army. I guess we can also do this via buildings, right? Size? No, not the signs of regiments, but we would rather need max number of men-at-arms regiments +1. So we would need this roaring campfire here, right? In order to get some more men-at-arms. Yeah, it's the max number, not the size of men-at-arms regiments. I'm not too sure. The game is... the game is nasty sometimes when it comes to this. Saying you one thing and then doing the other. Maybe I should already go and invest. Because otherwise I will not be able to have men-at-arms. You know what? Let's do it. There we go. Have a little campfire. That's always nice. What else do we do here? Yes, of course, no court physician. There's currently no one here with me. And that's wrong, because we have a follower, and that is our mum. So she's currently, she was here. She was up here in Montferrat. And now she's like, oh, I hear my son is going to be an adventure on the road. I need to support my son. And there she is. And now coming to meet us down here. Isn't that sweet of her? So is there anything we can do with mum? She would be a poor second, a poor caravan master, and a terrible personal physician. So maybe not. You know what? There's something else we can do. In a roleplay perspective, let's just imagine he really just confronted his father. It was more of a heated argument, probably because his father's, I guess, not the nicest person to talk to. He was like, I have enough. I'm out of here. But let's see if there's someone else that he meets while still being here in Trani, okay, that would like to travel with him. And we can do that by going to that castle holding. And yeah, I think that would be the look on his face. I guess if I were to model him, I would have given him the brave and arrogant trait. I guess these things would be very fitting for him. But yeah, I guess we can assume that cynical and ambitious also is kind of arrogant. Let's see who's in the tavern. Let's see who's up for recruitment. And there we go. Because when you have, I think, only at least like 1 or 2 followers, then you can get one for free. And in this case, we have this guy here, Gundwin, who's much of a nothing guy, right? Gundwin. I think he's not going to help us at all with anything. Being a conscientious scribe, not being that good in prowess and so on. Nah, I guess not, and the other one would cost us. By the way, question to the audience. Has any one of you ever paid for someone in the tavern to join your camp? Because I think it's ridiculously expensive. Like, why would you invest money into this when you can just pick people up on the road for free most of the time? Anyways, okay, no, we're not going with these people here. Do we inspire ourselves by listening to a story? I don't think so. We're not here to linger. We definitely want to go. We're not staying here. But there's 2 things that he heard. So Bohemond has heard that Count Joffre here and Count Abelard, who's a cousin of ours. Is he also a cousin? No, he is of a different family. They are looking for someone to help them with the task. And I guess it's kind of beneath us. But he I guess being cynical also means to be kind of realistic. That's where he's not arrogant. So he's not in a position right now to say that, hey, I'm the son of a duke. No, he just said that he does not want to be that son anymore. And let's check. So we have Abelard here, and we have Geoffroy here. I guess we would choose the contract by what we think we could gain from this in the end. Of course, it would be nice to have someone on our side that is from our family directly. So Abelard here. Then again, do we actually like him? He's gluttonous, chaste and stubborn. I think that's not really something that we would like. He is like callous and arbitrary. I guess that's something we can get behind. Also has a larger family, so there's already other people in here where he is completely alone. So maybe let's go for this one. We travel to Bari and then take this a mission here. Now, should we move the camp or should we only travel? I guess it's not really, doesn't matter really. So yeah, I guess we could just move here with our camp. Like I said, I don't want to stay with the father for too long. Oh, I guess there's the Battle of Civitate up here. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it was Duke Humphrey of Apulia, so that's the older brother of Robert Guiscard. Do we have the Battle of Cerami as well? No, we don't. Okay. Ah, well, so it's not going to be easy going here. There's a 23% chance of danger, and I guess we don't have a caravan master, so we can't choose stuff here. I guess we can already look for talent on the way. And yeah, I guess the other stuff does not make that much sense. But this is a there's probably plain anyway. Yeah, so there's no kit we can buy for traveling through the plain. Yeah, I guess we have to bear it that there's a 23% chance of danger. So let's check. Let's see if it's already ends here. Oh yeah, and now we're coming to this. So I have Rice installed, and Rice comes with all kinds of regional extras, and this extra here is the Sicilian frontier. Let's read the text. Sicily was the first of our provinces. Sicily first taught our ancestors how glorious it could be to rule other peoples. So said the great Roman Cicero, long before Rome declined in the west. Sicily, crucible of the Mediterranean, is now a wild frontier where three worlds meet, Islam, Byzantium, and the Latin West. Many covet Sicily and its abundance, but would-be conquerors and settlers often find behind this paradise is a liminal land where the boundaries between culture, faith, and loyalty can be very blurry. Yet, no matter what, Sicily is still our beloved, beautiful home. You are one of the involved participants in this Sicilian frontier. The region is currently in a phase of borderlands. Your actions and those of the other participants will determine the future phases of the struggle and its ending. Now, as we are part of this, there are certain things that we get, like we have effects on war. To ask for an expedition, taking the decision to recruit soldiers, frontier raids, soil cash curves are cheaper. I guess these are all kinds of things that we cannot use because we're landless. Shorter truces, pay less piety to start wars. I guess that's kind of nice for us. What's up here? Culture effects. Promote culture, yeah, we don't really need that. Learning new language provides prestige, okay. Releasing prisoners of a different culture provides prestige. Hybridizing cultures is easier for involved interloper characters. Yeah, that's not for us. Vassals of a different culture are more likely to use. Minority vassal stance, opinion of different cultures +5. Different culture, opinion +5. That's nice. And would be easier to learn languages. Faith. Converting to an involved faith is less expensive. Yeah, okay. Yeah, of course. Interfaith marriages are available between involved characters. That's interesting. Convert faith proceeds slower within the struggle region. Opinion of different faiths +5, and so on. Can I go back? There we go. Development growth, yeah, it's not for us. Yeah, okay. Anyways, okay, so we have a struggle here. Nope, let me just quickly pause. We have a struggle, and that concerns, I think, Sicily as well as the southern part of Italy, which at the time would have been called Sicily as well. So we have the Kingdom of Sicily. In game terms, this means the whole... Right, this whole area here. That's the Kingdom of Sicily. And there's the struggle. We do have... yeah, I guess it's a pretty much even field right now, and we have this kind of phase of... Yeah, there we go. Periphery or colonization. And periphery is not the preferable one, right? So, one of the phases, endemic warfare and raids have devastated the Sicilian frontier. Now that's not what we want. This one would be nicer. I need to cough for a second. Wait a minute. There we go. I need a drink as well. Already better. So we would want this. Nearby kingdoms and empires try to tame the Sicilian frontier, but it is vulnerable to outside attacks and internal strife. View periphery ending. Oh yeah, okay. So if we land in periphery, then this would already be the end of the struggle. So let's see what we get in order for colonization to happen. New rulers rise to power. Release an involved ruler from prison without any request. Okay. Sicilian stronghold disappears in Sicily. Dynasty gains a liminality dynasty legacy. Hey, that's already, I think, happening because our House of Hauteville, or our dynasty here, does actually have the first one here, Populus Trilinguis, which again gives us opinion of different faith, +5, and so on. Do we also have the... No, we don't have the Sicilian Signore trait, but the father has it, so we can have a look at it. So that's the trait that comes with being a part of this struggle, but I guess it's only for landed rulers. So yeah, this character is a ruler or some other notable who has some level of influence over the politics and society of the Sicilian frontier. And so there's like 3 paths that we could go for: Latin, Greek, or Arab Berber, who would be more dominant in the end in Sicily. So I guess he would probably go for Latin because he's Norman. Doesn't look like the nicest man, right? Oh, look at him. Like, all right. So that's that. That's also happening around us. We'll have a better look at it in one of the future episodes. So right now we just want to get to Bari here. And I guess we can do that. Oh, hey! We did it! Wow! Oh, what else could we do? We could ambush travelers, by the way. Lecce is bedeviled by robbers, outlaws, and wanderers of all kinds. Proficient fighters are sought urgently. Okay. No, I guess that's not the road that we're going here. But rather, no, we're not going to tutor a child. That's, I think, not something that he's good at. Potential alliance. No, nobody would want an alliance with us. Yeah, definitely not. Landless people don't get alliances. That's just the way it is. Okay, so we're here now. We are in Bari. So we've just arrived in town. We've had a look around, and so maybe before we go straight to Geoffroy, we can have a little hangout at the local tavern again. So let's have a look at the tavern. There we are. Maybe this time we can also let go a little. We're not in our father's domain anymore. So we can maybe hear a story. So what do we have here? V2. And then Tyrannos received the sacrifice, the blood flowing down his torso, invigorating him, thus creating a new spring. That story is for another time. I'm not even sure what faith that story is from. Yeah, I guess that story might have had a few good points. I could get the Hasteluder trait, right? How do you tell stories so well? I was just saying that I want to have money on the side and now I'm wasting it left and right. But I think Bohemond would be quite intrigued by someone who's able to sway an audience, given that he's not the best at doing this. But yeah, he definitely knows that it can be an opportunity. Yeah. And it's nice to have the Hasteluder trait as well. Let's pick it. There you go. There we are. And let's see who's in this tavern here. Namely Gerard. And look at him. He's something that we want to have. Approaching the crew of unemployed Sicilians. Unemployed. Oh no. This is not the modern age. I raised my voice and addressed them directly. I am looking for some skilled, reliable people to join my camp. Who among you are up for the task? The interested parties introduced themselves as Georgia, the cocky, and Valentina, the humble. Alright. As I finish making introductions, a brusque man immediately walks up to me. My name is Gerard. For reasons that are my own, I would like to join your camp. Yeah, that's his voice. That's Gerard's voice. For reasons that are his own. Oh, he's mysterious. Oh, I like a mysterious man. I mean, of course, because Bohemond is such a handsome man. Here we have women coming to his flock, but we don't need women. We need people who can A, fight, and B, aid us. And Gerard would be great at this. There we go. We are done here. Yeah, maybe before we do anything else, we could just go back to camp and have a look now. Oh, he's an aspiring blade master and gallant. Honest, I guess that's... we're gonna clash with him a little. But he could be the perfect one to, you know, show off. Be like, hey, I am a good person because I'm with Gerard. And he's calm and so on. He's like, yeah, I guess he kind of can give us some credit. So let's see. I guess he would be good at this. Yes. He could be our second in command. Well, of us three here. So he can, I don't know, boss our mum around. So we appoint him and that gives us +3 on all of these stats. That's huge. Really huge. Let's look at this. Yes. Have more intrigue than Marshall, actually. Ooh. A decent prowess now. Yeah, that is looking good. That's definitely something that we would want. Gerard is our man. Alright, okay. What else? What else do we need to do? Yeah, I guess now we can have a look and see what Geoffroy wants us to do. A noble envoy of the Count needs protection from bandits and accidents and welcomes the aid of experienced travelers. Potential rewards, potential failures. 83 gold, that's not nothing. That's a lot for us at this moment in time. Gain sticks the opinion of you. Yes, that's nice as well. We gain some prestige and we could add him to our role of patrons. Okay. Yeah, the thing is that whenever you take this contract, you never know where this would lead. You might be like, yeah, I would like to travel to London. And then you're like, okay. But it might also just be, I want to travel to, I don't know, Rome. And then that's better, I guess. Let's take the contract. We are just, there you go. A delegation from Count Geoffroy of Bari saunters through the flaps of my great tent. Greetings, adventurer, speaks an envoy. Many are the roads of this world and treacherous. If you'll work for Bari, my liege would pay well for your expertise. I, Sichel Gaita, I'm a most loyal servant of the Count. It is his words I must carry to Napoli, to the hall of Count Sergius. So that's just around the corner. Guide me, protect me, and entrust my missive does not fall prey to prying eyes. Siciligaita. She is of the Pandolfini dynasty, so she's a Lombard. Did I say Langobard in the beginning? I did, right? I meant Lombard. Langobards were, at this point in time, not a thing anymore, I think. So she's from the Pandolfini line. Were they at some point? Oh yeah, that's the Gideschi dynasty. Okay. And he is the head of the house. And he has claims to Salerno. Yeah, I thought so. He was like an important guy. Siciligaita here. Okay, right. She is going to negotiate on behalf of Count Geoffroy with Napoli. Well, I guess that's something we can do. All my camp shall travel. Is that something that we want? I guess Napoli is like a big city, so a place where we might find some more things to do. Then again, we might also be interested in taking this other escort thing here. But I think for now we can just travel. Let us all travel to Napoli. There we go. I mean, all three of us. So yeah, not a big deal. Let me just check. Maybe our mother can actually help us here, because then at least she can make sure that we are safer on the road. So yeah, maybe let's do that. Yeah, that looks better. Definitely. Maybe we also don't go. I mean, there's 1% chance of danger. That's not that bad, I guess. We would take a straight route, right? There's no need to take any kind of sightseeing trips to the Battle of Civitate. Find another excuse to go there at some point. Provisions costs, yeah, well, that's alright. So we can start traveling. And there we go. What other things do we have here? Yeah, I know. Alright. And here we go. We are starting. And there he is. Gerard is with us. Must remember the voice. Gerard had the deep voice, right? The mysterious deep voice. I come across a man while passing through Trani. He is rigid and appears to be deep in thoughts as I approach. I'm tired of getting kicked around like a dog. No one respects me here. Everyone laughs as soon as Cilestino di Puglia is uttered. Fools, bastards, fiends! Gah! I get so mad. I must get out of here. Take mercy upon poor, useless me, he grovels. I'll do anything for a coin. I'll even empty the latrines with a smile. Okay. Oh, wow. Whoa. Oh, wow. Okay. They don't want you. I'll take you. I'll definitely take you. Cilestino di Puglia. He has 26 learning. He's also a wise man. And a torturer, I guess. So, he's going to be my personal physician, but I don't like the torturer trait. Not at all. What are you doing with that saw? Oh, wow. He wants to be the stooge? No. Huh? Okay, so that's the only thing I can do. Have him as my stooge. Well, I guess I can dismiss him again. For food and lodgings or for some coin. I guess I'll just pay him that coin then, right? That's not too much. Oh yeah. No. You are not the stooge. You are our personal physician. There we go. Oh, we can do stuff, by the way. He could do advanced research, improve skills, lifestyle experience. Every month, this character has a chance of gaining a novice physician trade experience or learning skill. Yeah, I guess it would be good if he advanced a little in his trade. And what does Mum do? Stock up for travels. Safety and speed will be increased by +0. Wow! And you would get +2 stewardship. Prepare armies. No, we don't need that right now. Improve skills. Yeah, maybe she can improve. Yes, we do. And he does not do anything extra. Okay. Alright then, yeah, we go. There we go. We already have some good people in our retinue now. And what's happening here? As you traverse the rolling plains of Apulia, your party encounters a group of scholars, their faces alight with inspiration. They introduce themselves as students of the Cave of Poetry, a natural grotto near Otranto renowned for its ethereal beauty and its ability to inspire poets and thinkers. They've just returned from a pilgrimage to the cave and are eager to share the knowledge and inspiration they've gained. The Cave of Poetry. Oh, it sounds quite nice. Love to hear some of the poetry. Not interested in poetry. Tell me more about the cave. I'd love to hear some of the poetry. Yeah. I guess when these things happen and I'm not really sure what kind of option to take, I'll just go with a die. So I'll take 1 to 3 is the first one and 4 to 6 is the second option. And it's a 3, so we'll ask him to tell us more about that cave. And we gain enlightened understanding. You manage to grasp the essence of their words, gaining deep insights about the Cave of Poetry. That's good stuff. Got some prestige and learning lifestyle experience. That's not too bad, I guess. What else is up here? I kind of need to get rid of some of that stuff, right? Because it's really distracting me. Anyways, I'm gonna click that every other second. Anyways, okay, here we go. Rolling with a wagon across Benevento. The path ahead stretches on and on, a lonely winding thread twining towards the distant horizon. My camp is quiet. Just a few scattered tents and pack animals yawning in the breeze. Strangers and hangers-on rise with the day, preparing for their morning chores with reluctance. Most are the miscellaneous chaff that flit in and out of a group on the road with each new settlement. Few faces catch my eye as ones I recognize, at least in more than passing. This will be an army someday. Alright, oh yeah, that's where we get people now. No thefts in the night even, at least I count some good scrappers I have not taken worthy. This is a weird one. Because, usually, when you pick these guys here, that are supposedly good in martial, these guys are usually better. Let's see if that's true. So, this means we would get CK3 here. And let's check CK3. Oh, he's good. Oh, he's good. But you see here, not very good in prowess. But he's very, very good in martial. So, and then we have Aribert the Gambler. Ariberto Lombard. Alright. And let's see who's down here. See? That's what I mean. They are always better. Like, they have martial and prowess. So we have Audouin, the Handsome, and Pandulf. Wandering Pandulf. Yeah, I guess he's also good. What will be the other ones here? Rodelinda and Gerperga. I think where we are going, we don't want to have too many women in our camp. Would make for some kind of distraction, probably. There you go. Yeah, they're good in intrigue, obviously. But first and foremost, we want to have knights. People that can hit people over the head well. So let's take these guys here. And let me check. Do we have... Can we actually take one of them here? Like Audouin the Handsome. Yeah. We don't have to pay for bodyguards as we are landless. So I guess we'll just take him. Could even take the other one here as well. Pandulf. but he would just be average. Could take him as a stooge. Oh, he's kind of quirky, is he? Pandulf. Very good in prowess, though. And we need good knights. We definitely need knights. There we go. We have 4 knights now. And they're all decent. To actually very, very good, right? Yeah, do I want my personal physician also to be a knight? I don't think so. I think he should not be a knight. He needs to be the one that stands next to the field and then looks after the people that get wounded. Should not be in battle himself. Alright. I am brought before Count Sergios himself. You've come at my acquaintance Count Joffre's behest, no? On what business? Sichelgaiter steps forward. Worthy Count Sergios, I speak for Count Joffre of Bari, but the message I bear is fit for your ears alone. I'm like, yeah, okay. Come, answers the Count darkly. Darkly? Okay, how do you say that darkly? Come. We shall speak in my chambers. Captain Bohemond, your service is noted. You may remain as a guest in my castle. Good stuff. So, it's an exceptional success. We get 83 gold. We gain opinion and prestige. Add him to the roll of patrons, that is Count Joffre. And get a weak hook on him as well. Yes, we take it. There we go. Cause he's not... Yeah. Can we... Contracts available, move company contracts, demand payment. Demand payment? Why can we do that? We are not close enough to actually... Oh no, we can make a request. No, we can't. This capital is too far away. But again, I think we need to wait for our roaring campfire. What do they do for 6 months? They collect firewood. Anyway, we need to wait for it in order for us to have men-at-arms. Because we can't have men-at-arms. Oh, yeah. But then we'll have men-at-arms and they will be great. There's probably some other kind of thing that I can build so that we get more men-at-arms at some point. So I don't need to change the rules. Okay, what else do we have? We could take this, of course. Well, since we're here, I think we could just hang around and have a look what's going on. Let's check. Visit the castle holding. That ought to be interesting. Mum is coming with us. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have a look. And she's actually here now. That's great stuff. Okay, our mother is coming along. So I don't think we take our mum to the tavern. That's not a nice thing to do, right? With your mum. Have a look at the castle. What am I doing here? The Napoli castle grounds are, as expected, furnished for martial purposes, with casts of arrows, stray pole weapons, a handsome stable, and the like. I guess we could visit the training grounds, but that's not something to do with mum as well. I guess he's quite hindered with his mum with him. He's like, yeah, maybe I would do this or that, but she's like, what would you do in a town like this, son? And I don't know. What else could we do here? Yeah, we can look for supplies. Town crier. No, we already did that. Yeah, I guess we could look for supplies. From carrots to fabrics, firewood to sewing thread, supply merchant Tiberius has it all. The stall is filled to the brim with whatever one might need for a night in the wilds. I move a bit closer to draw his attention, and he lights up as he looks at me with a friendly smile. See anything you'd like? What's that? Intrigue challenge. Oh, that means we're gonna steal stuff from him. Oh, that's quite expensive, is it? I guess we are deceitful, right? So, yeah. I guess it's hard to actually justify this as stealing, because this is quite some provisions, and you're not just like yoink. All these, oh no, 300 kilos of supplies, and you just take it from under his nose. But I guess we would just, yeah, probably do a deal that's not favorable for him. And we succeed. We successfully steal a bunch of supplies. Ah, I shouldn't have done that with Mom, right? Mom is vengeful and paranoid. Okay. Oh, let's hope she has not seen it. Let's head back. Done. We could also go to one of the cities in here, because there we'll see something different. And of course we can go back here to Camarda and have a look at the escort emissary here. Maybe that way we could also at some point then gain that favor from Count Geoffroy. And I guess there's nothing better around here, right? No, that's that kind of... Tutoring a child is definitely not something we want to do. So let's move over here. But maybe not that way. Maybe not that route. 24%, 36, 11. And that's plains. I guess we could go for Pathfinder equipment. No. What else is this? It's hills. So why do I? Alright, yeah, okay. 10%, still 22. Jesus Christ. Okay. Now, I guess we've heard that the road down here is not the easiest to travel. So maybe we take the same route that we also took going here. And... what's that? Oh, yeah, 1%. That's alright, I guess. Let's take that route. That's 11% if we go in here, but yeah. What can happen? Alright, guys. And the wagon is on the move again. Going to Benevento again. What do we have here? Long after night has settled, I find myself laughing, telling stories and drinking with Alberada, Pandulf and Odoin. I didn't know she had it in her, but Alberada ends up telling a particularly ribald story about 4 peasants she had seen in Benevento. After drying my eyes from the laughter and drinking a bit to clear my throat, I will tell a story of my own, add some embellishment, or ask Alberada to tell another story. Well, I guess we have not seen our mum in quite a while, and so it's nice to see that she actually has some kind of humor. I guess. So, yeah, maybe we're asking her to tell some more stories, so we'll get to know her better. Aha. As I am looking through the market stalls in Melfi, I feel my purse string cut. Despite my immediate reaction, the thief disappears in the crowd. Only through pure coincidence, one of my guards sees the man as he heads into a back alley. Stop, or I'll have your head, one of my guards shouts at him, and the thief turns around, giving us an angry, shifty stare. What are my guards? I don't have any guards. I guess that would be our bodyguard then, so that would be Odoin. Anyways, okay, that's him. Ursus, the bear. So he could actually join our camp. Yeah. Give the money back and you can leave. I'm inclined to pick that one because we are still very much of a nobleman, and that's not something you do with us. Like, I cannot have someone steal from me in front of me, in front of all of these people here. I need to show them that I'm a very strict guy. And yeah, I guess he would really just be of use with his intrigue, which I guess is not bad, but at the same time, I don't just want to pick people off the road. They need to be quality people, and he is not. He'll get a thrashing. There you go. What else is up here? Oh yeah, I can now make a request. Okay, good stuff. Need to keep that in mind. But first of all, we need that campfire built. Matea. Oh, what do we have here? It seems that our caravan has become a little lost in these foreign lands. Alberada has been trailing us around Matera for hours, and though she at last swallowed her pride and asked for directions, she does not appear to be an expert Italian vulgar speaker. Alright. Yeah, okay, I successfully did this. But I should keep in mind that, yeah, that's going to happen a lot here. So maybe... He's probably very good at this, right? So ask... he does speak Italian, right? Yeah. Oh, that's actually going to be hard. And the learning is not good, because we have little learning and he has too much. And that means he wants to show us words that we cannot comprehend. I don't know. He is Norman, so we're not going to learn from Gerard. But we could learn from Audouin, I guess. Yeah, there we go. That's easy, because he has the same learning that we have. Oh, good stuff. There you go. What does easy mean? 55%. Okay. Alright, okay, I guess we made it here in Camarda. That's where our cousin Abelard resides. He is already marrying an Adelberger Arit-Perdit. She is also Lombard. And that makes sense. Yeah, lots of intermarrying here. The noble rulers, obviously, the Norman rulers, sorry, obviously try to blend in. That's what they would do everywhere else as well. Like, become part of this society here and, yeah, therefore go for the established Lombard noble dynasties. So, Adelberger. Good for him. I guess we could take this escort emissary option then, right? That will give us some more coin. I'm always clicking on this because there's not one showing here. I need to stop clicking on things. Stop clicking on things. Okay. Let's have a look. Escort emissary. So he needs someone being escorted, but we will only find out now where we have to go. A delegation from Count Abelard of Camarda saunters through the flaps of my great tent. Greetings, adventurer, speaks an envoy. Many are the roads of this world, and treacherous. If you'll work for Camarda, my liege would pay well for your expertise. I, Roussel. Oh, that's Roussel de Bayeux. Oh! I'm going to tell you in a second who that guy is. I, Roussel, am a most loyal servant of the Count. It is his words I must carry to Napoli, to the hall of Count Sergios. Oh no, we just been there, mate. Guide me, protect me, and entrust my missive does not fall prey to prying eyes. This guy here is famous. And he would later be known as Frankopoulos, so the leader of the Franks. A title that he took after the death of Robert Crespin, another Norman knight. I think you can play him as a landless adventurer in 1066. Like, not him, not Roussel, but you can play Robert Crespin. And but Roussel would be more important. He, in real life, would be leading, and he would be dead by this point in time anyway. So, but he led the forces of was it Alexios, or was he already? No, he was not there. Right, that was in, I think, early 1070 or something like that. Of the emperor at the time against the Seljuks. And what he did was he actually went rogue and conquered this part here, up here, and tried to establish his own domain. Like a Catholic domain in Anatolia run by a Norman guy, and that would be Roussel de Bayeux. So a very, very interesting guy. Actually, I kind of had this in my mind, like if I wanted to play him, maybe. But okay, so now we have him here, and he is asking us to escort him to where else? Napoli, because that's, I don't know, he's probably going to want to eat some pizza. Yeah, But I guess at this point we could just travel there and get back again. Yeah, we already know it's not the best choice to go through these domains. Let me just check what happens here if we actually... what do we need? Wilderness kit? It does nothing, right? Doesn't do anything. Minus... Why is it just 13? I guess because she's poor at this. Alright, can we actually... Oh, yes. Okay, we can put Celestine in that position. He would then be our personal physician and yeah. Or we could put Pandorf in this position, but we do see he does not provide any safety. That's not good. But I guess in that case we would get a higher bonus from these kits. And I don't like to have people... yeah, for people to have more than one role in the camp anyway. So yeah, okay, maybe we take him. Okay, that does not make things better. No, that makes things worse. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, well, I guess we'll have to go around... there. And there. 17%, 12%. Yeah, I guess we have to take it then. Oh, that was not good of me, right? That was not good. I guess I could put... there we go. I guess I could revert. Although that would make... Yeah. People won't like me for this. Just go switch around again and put my mum in that position. She's now average. She was like, hey... my son. And like, yeah, okay, mum, you are right. You were right all along. I am very sorry, mum. I should never have doubted you. Okay. Yeah, we're here to make mistakes. That's alright. The game is actually very forgiving for landless players. Like, I read it time and again that landless play is difficult. It's not. It's not that difficult. Right? Anyways, okay. Yeah, there's the dad. Running through Benevento again. It's very established now, this route for us. It's like, oh yeah, there's him, there's her. There's the 4 peasants from Benevento. Yeah, okay, same thing. They're gonna have a little talk, and we are going back to the camp, and we receive coin. So now we have 2 guys actually in our pocket. Can we already... aha, 50 days left. Okay. Oh, what's happening here? It's good that we left. Now he's at war with Duke Jordan. Aha. Defending against Duke Jordan in a Sicilian frontier raid. Oh, it's a raid. I guess it's gonna be successful. Well, I'm not here anymore. Oh, there's new stuff in here. No, not with a tutor child. Oh, I guess that's it. Aha. Traveling through the sometimes harsh environments has invigorating effects on at least my state of mind and vigor. As I glance over at Odoron, however, he does not appear to be doing quite as good. His movement is labored, his breathing heavy, and spontaneous bursts of coughing ripple through his body. Clearly, he is not well. Oh, look at him. Yeah, well, I guess Celestino is just going to help him. There you go. So easy. Alright. Back in Camarda. And, I guess... Again, how long? 29 days. I don't have that much provisions. Maybe we could just move here quickly. And, then go hunting. Wouldn't that be nice? I guess that's something we could do. Yeah, 9% danger. Off we go. Of course, this is a forest region. There's no holding in here, so it should be fairly easy. And yeah, so hunting is one of the only options that you can also do as an activity. Also the camp revelry, we'll do that at some point definitely. And possibly also the pilgrimage, because we want to make sure that the swords of Saint Michael are seen as this holy force. Yeah, we do a normal hunt here in Stiliano. I don't need to do that. Yeah, I don't want gamekeepers and so on. Recreation, I want to slay a beast. Let's see who's with us. Oh, look at that. Yes. Daddy is coming. Uncle is coming. Count Robert of Laziano is coming. All of the Hautevilles are like, what? Bohemond is going hunting? Count me in. So, yeah, okay. Let's have them all. Start hunt. Right. Yeah, I guess he will allow me, right? He likes us. He's also our cousin. So there we go. Yeah, let's check who is going to be in the guest list. No, but yeah, there they go. There they go. They're actually all coming. Oh, should we use this to befriend someone? Maybe our uncle here is honest, an honest man. Our father, he's still in fine health. I guess it would be nice to have our father on our side. Yeah. I guess we could try. So we're trying to reconcile. Oh yeah, there we go. Maybe could already... No, we can do it after the whole shebang. Or maybe we could already look into what other things we would like to build. So we have a roaring campfire. Should we have a new building or should we go for a specialization? Camp parameter, proving grounds, mad arms damage, size of mad arms damage. No. Obviously we can go to level 2 here. That means max number is still +1, right? Yeah. What else do we have here? Musicians. Wandering poets. Capering fools. He's a thing for poetry now, does he? Night effectiveness per intrigue skill. That is actually something. That's quite nice, actually. Libations for the lost will give us some piety per month. That's also not bad. And that is night effectiveness per learning skill, but that's not as good for us. Occasion events to recruit useful locals. Grand aspirations. We do have grand aspirations. Unlocks receive oath of loyalty interaction. What is that? I don't know. Nightly debates, juicy rumors. I actually do like this idea here of going for wandering poets. Unlocks the master bard officer, more likely to gain the poet trade. Night effectiveness per entry. Yeah, that's the one that really gets my attention here. It's 120 gold. That should be alright. Yeah, why not? There we go. Meanwhile, 4 months. I have to wait for 4 months now. Why? Because Roger here, he's only coming from Sicily. That should not take him that long. Oh, what do we have here? Having the opportunity to attend the wedding of my cousin Richard and Kunigunda, I learned much about the relationship of the couple. Alright. Yeah, may St. Joseph bless the union, I guess. Can we actually invite some of them? No, right? Nobody wants to join. Yeah. Nobody likes us. It's all going to change. We're gonna have this glorious hunt here, and then everyone's gonna be like, yeah, Bohemond is the man. Let's have a look quickly at... oh yeah, maybe we can speed this up. Have a look at our followers, right? So we have Alberada, the mum. Then we have Gerard, Cilestino di Puglia, Pandulf, and Oduin the Handsome. I think they're very good. They have great stats, mostly, and good prowess. So we could maybe take on more difficult contracts now. We'll have a look. Cilestino assembles the party as the sun rises over the camp in the forests near Stiliano. After piecing together information from the few local gamekeepers, there is some talk about the tracks and fumes nearby. A stout buck is definitely in the area, and the conditions could hardly be better for hunting it. Yeah, let's get out there. We are hunting for a stag. So, Dad. Duke Robert, how are you? It's not often we get a chance to talk, I open informally. He seems surprised, but not hostile to my conversation. Yeah, I guess we don't pity the animals. Doing something useful, well-managed forests. I think, yeah, we definitely like going hunting, and I guess Daddy likes that too. No, he doesn't. Oh, no. Mm-mm. Why did he come then? He came by himself here to hunt. And I'm like, yeah, I like hunting. You too, right? No. I feel foolish. See, that's our father for you. That's why... No, I will never ask him to be my friend again. Not ever. I tried my best. No, I'm certainly not going to give you that little hatchling now. That's all mine. Have it taken back to my muse, wherever they are. Not giving you anything anymore. There we go. Alright. Here's the first to spot the branching antlers. The cunning buck is hard to distinguish, but there's no doubt it's there, observing us through the dense trees. Yeah, I guess after we ride, or we headed off. That way success chance would also increase. And I think we can shoot it anyway, right? Yeah, okay. Let's go after it. Someone found eggs. Good for them. The wood truly is the mantle of the poor, but as the stag flees in panic from foraging peasants, I feel my patience wearing thin. Surely there must be better things to do in Stiliano today than picking roots and mushrooms. Or picking roots and mushrooms, that's a great idea. 20 provisions, wow. No. I guess, again... him being cynical about this would probably be like, hey, this is a chance for me to be seen as this generous man in front of all my family. Yeah. Also gives us some piety, and we definitely need that. Oh no. Radulf de Hauteville insults Duke Roger. That shouldn't have done that. Oh no, the damn thing is gone. Oh. Ah well. Guess it cannot work all the time. Alright. I guess at least we should get some provisions, right? That's 200, okay. But now we have the hunter trait, so it's going to be easier in the future. So. Oh, what do we have here? Rescue a fair subject. Instructor of knights. Doesn't sound too bad. I guess that's things we can do. There's Geoffroy. Yeah, I guess it would be nice to have him as a supporter as well. It could also be there that we finally start to get our army together. Or maybe we go to Taranto. Yeah. Let's have our base here, and then we will have all our friends surrounding us. There wasn't like a chance of danger, I guess. Pathfinder gear. There we go. 8% is alright, I guess. And we start moving. And Odoan's most recent foe slumps down, panting and defeated. Wrestling is a fair popular sport amongst mercenaries for obvious reasons, but Odoan pursues it like it's an art form. I sometimes wonder if you wouldn't prefer to fight barehanded, needing no other weapon. The man sees my pondering look and raises his fists in a polite yet mocking jest. Well, Bohemond, how about it? Oh, mocking is not good, right? Have him beaten for even asking. Yeah. I guess if that's a challenge, so we have to react. And he wins. Which was likely. He's very good. Yeah. I know, we definitely have to react to these kind of things. What's that? Embed yourself into Sicilian society. Though I am not a landed ruler, I've spent enough time in the Sicilian frontier to become an important player in the local politics and society of Sicily. I should build on the ties I have forged with those who live here. I gain the trait Sicilian Signore. 8 trade experience in one of these areas. Yeah, I guess that makes sense for us to have. There we go. Is that the text I've already read? I have spent a lot of time getting to know the people and communities in this beautiful land as I've traveled back and forth. While I don't know if I want to make my permanent home here, there is no denying that I have embedded myself into the diverse, dynamic tapestry that is Sicily. Rulers and commoners alike have heard of my name more and more, and regardless of whether I have a good or bad reputation among some here, they see me not as a stranger, but as a part of the region's politics and its local communities. I feel an especially close connection with the people and cultural influences from the region's Latin world, of course. Okay, so now we have the Sicilian Signore trait, and we can see here the trade path, 16 experience in Latin. Okay. Alright. Oh, what's happening here? He is... Oh! he's going for Capua. Okay. He has a claim on it, apparently. Where did he get that from? Well, I guess he does. That's going to end bad for the Capua guys. Yeah, I guess they went after Normans as well. It's just opportunist. Alright, we definitely need some money now. Don't have that much money. But maybe that would be the right time here, right? To ask our... Who was it here? I think that was Geoffroy, right? Yeah, Geoffroy of Bari. We ask him for men. Right? We will recruit a random man-at-arms regiment. It says random, but it's usually like the best that you can get. You can see that, right? Yes, because we get Conroy. And there we go. Look at them. Look at how powerful they are. So, yep. That's definitely good. So we have 50 of these mean guys here. And, yeah, they will definitely help us starting this army. I guess what we could ask then next of our cousin here is to hold a grand tournament, right? I guess that's something we could do. No, we cannot because he's in an army. That makes sense. Anyways, okay, so let's do something. So, should we rescue a fair subject or instruct some knights? I guess one thing we would do to be more known in the area, and the other thing we could do for gain, for money. Yeah. We will likely not get an exceptional success. But a success is still something that we would achieve, I think. In that case here, we gain progress in the Knight of the Swan decision. It's also not bad. I think, again, like, Bohemond wants to be seen as this great knight. So maybe we just do that. Let's do it. Come on. Travel to accept. Danger, danger. But we don't need Pathfinder's gear, so we can just go. Yeah. Alright. So, a tired Count Geoffroy approaches the camp. Another Count Geoffroy. But that's Count Geoffroy of Lecce. Approaches the camp with his men. The horses stop right before my tent as I get up to greet them. That damn woman! I hear the Count mumble. I bid you good morning, Bohemond, he says, wiping the sweat off his forehead. It seems that a most beautiful woman has been lost in the woods, and my courtiers will not stop lamenting until I bring her back. A fair man to the rescue. Bohemond does not hear well, apparently. That's the no, that's not the. Again, like, I always take the balanced approach. I've hardly ever seen like one of these choices where it would be good to go into an extreme. So okay, let's see. We are trying to find a nice woman in the woods. Don't think there's that many woods around Lecce, but yeah, just put it aside. I guess she's lost somewhere in the cliffs here. So we need muscle. That's where Audouin the Handsome comes in. We also need a thug, for whatever reason. Pandulf is actually good at that. We need a lookout. Mum would be great. And we need a footbat. I guess it's always the same guys that would be good at these things. This is where Celestina would be decent, at least. So we could put Mum in that position here. As a footpad. A purse, a throat, a groin. There's a lot of things you can take a knife to in a back alley if you pick your moment right. Yeah, Mum. Go into the back alleys and pick some coin. No, of course not. We're looking for a woman who's in the woods. So I guess what Mum would do here as a footpad, quote unquote, is to have a look around and maybe go into a village, ask the people there in her not Italian-speaking ways. Put Celestino in that position here. Then have... Who could we put in that position? Yeah. Here we have Audouin. Then we take Gerard here. And Pandulf as a thug. Let's look who does it. 35 days until next phase. And we have 97% chance. Oh, look at that. Oh, likely going to successfully do that one. It takes a little time though. 13% per phase. So yeah, it's gonna take a while. My younger half-brother, Guy of Salerno, is marrying Sibylla. Good for them. Or not that good. Seemed hardly enough to sustain a meaningful relationship. Ah, well. Another wedding celebration. My brother-in-law, Aripert Paldolfidi, is going to marry my half-sister, Mabel. Oh, it didn't look. Was their marriage good or not? Anyway. I can just speed this up a little. What's the time? I usually do 2 hours per session. So let's have a look. I guess I can speed it up even further. Duke Jourdan left the prison. What happened here? So was our father successful? Duchy of Benevento? Duchy of Capua. Yeah, he actually made it. And he is now defending against Syracuse in the de jure war for the type of Saracusta. Okay. Attackers, defenders. Aragon. No, it's not Syracuse. Saracusta. Ah, Saragossa! Ah, so he's fighting over here in Spain now. Good luck, Dad. I guess. Yeah, 40%. Of course, this is all a means to an end. I want to get to a position where I have men, a lot of men, and then we can go into war. None in my camp are intimately familiar with the terrain in Lecce, and such lands are not to be trifled with. It is for this reason that I find myself standing in front of a local guide, bartering for services to be rendered. It's no joke out there, he offers, drawing air in through gritted teeth, a theatrically worried gesture. You'll need either these maps or my services, I can tell you that for free. He's right, but there's something about his demeanor that makes me hesitate. Yeah, he's a bleeder. I don't want a bleeder. 50 gold, though. And we don't have that much gold. Oh. I guess. It's of course nice to have this. It's very nice to have this, in fact. But then we will go into minus. Although I guess we could do the other contract next. And that will at least give us some money back. Yeah, okay. We take it. There we go. Yeah, we are in debt. I know. Yeah, I guess there's nothing we can do about it now. Obviously not earning anything, so we'll have to get it. 5 scheme advantages. Yeah, but we are not at the maximum that we can have. So we'll just wait. I mean, obviously they're not waiting. Not just standing around. They're asking everyone around if they have seen this fair lady. Which Bohemond thinks is a man. There we go. That's at 95%. There's no pressure here, so we can go for the full 97. Travails of a cook. I don't think we're being unreasonable, snarks the cook, who presumably drew the short straw and coming to speak to me, waving an arm dismissively at the surrounding terrain all the while. There's plenty of farms here, even if they're not great ones. It cannot be that hard for us to pause briefly and stock up on some of the little luxuries that make our food bearable. I sigh, weary of the conversation already. I wonder which of us will break first. Yes, our provisions are perhaps a bit below where I'd like them to be, but there's a little cause for such alarm. No, it's not getting any money in here. Quite stern on provisions. Provisions use minus 10%. That's actually quite good. Yeah. That is currently not in the budget. We are... Oh, I guess I could do something in here that I haven't done. Oh, we can do gather provisions, right? Yeah. Let's do that now. Let's find something to eat. With my snares, I shall feed us all. That's quite nice, is it? Yeah. Hey, 550 provisions. Yeah, I guess as a byproduct of looking for this handsome man/woman, we can also go and forage a little. As I walk through the residence one evening, by chance I look outside. There before me is a most spectacular sight. The sun is setting and it looks gorgeous. I gaze, speechless, as I admire the union of yellow, orange, red, and pink colors that shine through the few clouds in the sky. Ah, that's nice. Inspired by a spectacular sunset. Oh, would you look at that? Great. Oh, what's that? Oh. My dear brother, I eagerly propose to formalize the ties that already bind us together by signing an alliance between our realms. That's actually quite nice. Roger of Rossano. Because he's also the main heir. He's the main heir of our father. Ooh. Yeah. I think the real Bohemond was also, like, he liked his brothers, or he had alliances with his brothers as well. So that makes sense. Oh, but that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Now we have someone who we actually allied with. Alright, there we go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take off! Nope. Take off! Alright, we seize the moment. Oh, there we go. Back! A high-pitched scream makes its way through the thicket of trees, and I follow. Standing in the middle of a clearing is one of the most beautiful women I have ever laid eyes on. She wields a stick like a spear, and tries to keep her distance from a ferocious boar. With a quick slash of my blade, I cleave into the beast, and the animal lets out a spurt of blood, staining the grass as it falls. "My lord!" the woman cries, falling to her knees. "Oh, Juliana." Oh, she's actually quite good when it comes to her stats, right? Stewardship prowess is actually decent. Also good in diplomacy. Should we actually try to get her to our camp? I think so. Yep. There we go. She has joined our camp. Yep. That's, I think, a good decision. Oh, who can do this, by the way? A master bard. Pandulf could do this. Then I think he shall. Oh, we can send a poem that way. Ah, okay, great stuff. Ah, look at him. Yep. Anything else we couldn't do? Alright, yeah, we're going back. I mean, of course, a pretty woman, or even beautiful one, would tempt us, right? But I don't think Bohemond, our Bohemond, works that way. I don't know, he might be a lusty guy, I'm not sure about that. But he definitely wants, or he has his eyes set on a bigger price. He would not want, well, definitely not marry someone who's lowborn. But, yeah, I'm not sure that we would go that route. Alright, here we are. And I guess the next thing that we do is actually going back to instruct the knights. There's a bit of weird back and forth. But I guess that's just what's happening. Yeah. We are back! There we are. Let me just check what the time says. Oh yeah. As I arrive, I'm greeted by Count Geoffroy of Leche's Marshal, Rainer. Oh, we have him. Rainer. Yeah, he's bad. He is really, really bad. I'm glad you could make it. We are in need of an expert in the ways of war, as our commanders are rather unschooled. He's talking about himself. Marshal Rainer bows his head and quickly adds, at least according to our liege. Your liege is right. Well, I would be pleased to invite you in, but my count expects you to begin training immediately. Pick whomever you wish and have them armed. Yeah, let me see those men. Himself, of course. There we go. To know what I'm dealing with, I invite Rainer to spar with Gerard. They take their stances, awaiting an opening. Rainer's guard weakens first, allowing in a few but precise blows from Gerard's spear. He has trouble even staying standing. Looks like this will be a rather long session. Or lesson. I stop the bout before it gets bloody. Thank you for your efforts, Rainer. I've seen enough to know how to proceed with your teachings. I could use someone like you this myself. No, I definitely don't want him. Rainer should just follow my moves. Yeah, I guess. No. Yeah. Oh, he can't keep up. Ugh. Next. Mayor Berold, he's also bad. To know what I'm dealing with, I invite my Mayor Berold of Brindisi to spar with Gerard. Same thing again. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So the contract failed because they were too stupid to be trained. That's yeah. Okay. I guess. What's happening here? There is Camerlengo Erlembaldo. Attacking Count Sicilians of Napoli. Sicilian frontier raid. Okay. That again. Count Jordan of Capua. He's at it again. They are still doing this. Okay. Okay. Ooh, by the way, there's something's happening here. Which is the Foission pox. Oh. Ooh. Well, I guess that's the southernmost point it will go. Well, it's rather bad for the people living here, I guess. Alright. We need money. I guess it's time for us to visit the city. Oh, Mum is coming with us again. This time let's go to the tavern. Let's hear a story. That's always nice. Listen to something our own master bard can maybe recite later on. And then Finn, in his rage, turned to stone. His dreams of destruction were never realized, and so the cathedral still stands to this day. But that's a story for another time. I guess the story had some good points. Oh, my diplomacy increased by 1. That's good. I learned something. No, we don't want to recruit people here, but I was thinking of, going to the town crier. The town crier perks up as I approach, incessantly chattering about the nearby contracts posted by local nobles. She is accompanied by a friendly, shifting, white and brownish-grey old cat, who looks at me with the clearest blue eyes as I intently listen to the narrated listings. Discreet experts required for lucrative opportunities. Learned custodians required for scholarly work. Eloquent negotiators needed for diplomatic dealings. Yeah, okay. No. None of these. I mean, diplomatic dealings, that would be something he would be interested in. But I guess that's just not something that we can provide. Pandulf, Gerard, Juliana, not that bad, but also not that good. Although I did say that I wanted to go that route as well, that would get close to the real Bohemond, who in his later years, even though he was the ruler of Antiochia, he was actually traveling around Europe and beguiling people wherever he went. That's how he ended up with his marriage to the Princess of France. Yeah, okay. Let's pick it then. Alright. Let's head back. We are done. So, what's happening? We have to regale the court of Mayor Berold. Oh yeah, we know him already. What's up down here? Mug wealthy citizenry. Oh no, that's our brother. You don't want to mug the poor people. There's only one. Oh no, on the other side here. By the way, there's something that is not happening here, which actually would have happened in 1081, and that is that Robert Guiscard here would take an army to what is nowadays Albania and then conquer land here. That's what he did. Regale another court. Maybe it would be interesting to learn about a Greek court. Dyrrhachion. Yeah, that's definitely Albania. Although we don't speak any Greek, right? He is Albanian. We don't speak any Albanian. But maybe we're about to speak Italian. Let's check. Oh, that's one where we only get money if it's an exceptional success, right? So we would have to reach 100%. Brrr. Oh, what does he want? Same thing, right? But he would even pay less. Mayor. And I think it's also not very... like... regaling a mayor. That does not sound to me like something we would ever consider. Stupid mayor. I'll just check. Is that what we will do? Just travel there? I guess so. Let's have a look. Yeah, well, they keep fighting over there. We will travel across the Adriatic Sea towards Albania, which is now part of the Byzantine Empire. I can speed this up. Bandits on the Balkan route. As you ride through the fertile plains near Dyrrhachion, a cloud of dust in the distance catches your attention. Drawing closer, you see a caravan encircled by a band of armed men. The traders, clearly from the east, by their dress and the goods scattered around them, are desperately trying to fend off their attackers. You recognize the band's accents. They are local brigands known for preying on the trade routes. Yeah, I guess. May have a point. Join them. Oh, yeah. I guess he is shifty, right? He is a shifty guy, and he would seek opportunities when he recognizes them. And maybe by joining the bandits now, the blame would still be on those bandits, and people would not necessarily think it was him. You know what? We are trying to profit of this. We need money. I come across a woman while passing through Savra. Oh no, we come across a woman. She is suspicious and glances around as I approach. Ugh. What are these stats? I'm tired of getting kicked around like a dog. No one respects me here. Yeah, well... hit the road, you useless wench. Oh, that's so mean. But, yeah, I'm sorry. With those stats, you're going to do nothing. Nope. Alright. Alright. Our little forest of tents putting itself up every few evenings is something we've gotten very, very good at of late. First, then another, with people and tools spreading out down the lines to help their neighbors in a model of speed and efficiency. Gérard and Audouin, who've generally gotten along in the past, seem to be especially bonding tonight as they aid one another. A place for everything and everything in its place. Oh, look at that. Isn't that nice? Audouin the handsome and Gérard are bonding. Yeah, I guess that's good. It's good that people like each other. Okay, here we go. Regaling Turmaches Comiscortes court. It's not uncommon for settled rulers like Comiscortes to play host to notable travelers like myself. For a few gifts and decent lodgings, mercenaries such as ours provide entertainment, intelligence, and a suitable distraction for his many courtiers. Of course, that's if my followers and I can earn our keep without tails. I guess we will. Yeah, let's just get on with the task, and let's see if we can do something here. 7 per phase, that's not that good. Who's going to be the shill? Audouin can do that. He could also be a good poet. Oh yeah, Pandulf here, of course, our master bard. Yeah, we'll definitely put him in this position. Socialite. Gabbler. Doesn't... They're all not that great, right? It's like, where do we put Audouin? That's the that's the main task here. Where do we put Audouin? Yeah, here we would get 20. Where else can we put Gérard? He could be a socialite. But I guess as a socialite we could pick Celestino because... Oh no, he could also be in here as a poet. We have 56%. We would need 100% to actually finish this exceptionally. So, yeah, I guess we definitely have to go for 10 or 15 advantages anyway. It's going to be a long stay. Audouin the Handsome. I guess I can just pick them here and see how it works out. Let's say Audouin is the poet. Our mother is the shill. We get 89. Why not 90? Because that would mean we definitely have to go for 20 advantages in order to reach 100%. I guess we could have a nice event that pushes this a little. Okay, Gerard or Celestino. Oh yeah, Gerard is definitely better as the gabbler. What's the gabbler doing? There's an art to speaking for an hour without saying a thing. Okay, that's apparently something that Gerard can do very well. And now have Celestino of Bugia as a socialite. Yeah, that looks right. Mum is going to be the chill. A friendly voice from a perfect stranger can go a long way in a crowd. And really, who's to say who knows who? Then we have Audouin as our poet. And Pandulf as the musician. I guess that's alright. What? 4 months? Oh no! 4 months until the next phase. Oh. I guess this is one where I will end it probably prematurely. Because, yeah, this is, if we follow through with this, we will stay here for years. So, I guess picking the diplomacy option was not the best one. Well, that being said, we're here to learn. And Bohemond is still learning the ropes of being a landless adventurer. And with that being said, yeah, that's it for the first episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and cheers. Bye-bye.